Welcome to Wisdom Trek with Gramps. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, and we are on day 2378 of our trek. The purpose of Wisdom Trek is to create a legacy of wisdom, to seek out discernment and insights, and to boldly grow where few have chosen to grow before. In today's Wisdom Nugget, I'll guide you through the vast landscapes of biblical wisdom. Today we'll continue our journey through the profound and thought-provoking book of Ecclesiastes. We're diving into Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verses 15 through 22 from the New Living Translation. These verses provide deep insights into the complexities of life. The importance of balanced living, and the value of humility and wisdom. So follow along as I read these verses today. I have seen everything in this meaningless life, including the death of good young people and the long life of wicked people. So don't be too good or too wise. Why destroy yourself? On the other hand, don't be too wicked either. Don't be a fool. Why die before your time? Pay attention to these instructions, for anyone who fears God will avoid both extremes. One wise person is stronger than 10 leading citizens of a town. Not a single person on earth is always good and never sins. Don't eavesdrop on others. You may hear your servant curse you. Solomon begins by reflecting on the paradoxes that he has observed in life. He has seen good people die young and wicked people live long lives. The observations highlight the apparent randomness and unpredictability of life. It challenges our assumptions about justice and fairness in this world. Solomon uses these paradoxes to introduce a crucial point. Life often defies our expectations, and trying to make sense of it through human wisdom alone can be frustrating. In verses 16 and 17, Solomon advises us against extremes. He warns, don't be too good or too wise. Why destroy yourself? And then conversely, he says, don't be too wicked either. Don't be a fool. Why die before your time? This might sound strange at first. Is Solomon suggesting that we shouldn't strive for goodness and wisdom? Not at all. He is cautioning against self-righteousness and pretentious wisdom, which can lead to pride and self-destruction. On the flip side, he is warning us against wickedness and foolishness, which can lead to an early demise. The key here is balance. Solomon is advocating for a balanced life where one avoids extremes of self-righteousness and wickedness. It's about living wisely within the boundaries set by God, recognizing our human limitations and the complexities of life. Now in verse 18, Solomon provides the solution. Pay attention to these instructions, for anyone who fears God will avoid both extremes. The fear of God is the foundation for a balanced living. Reverence for God keeps us from veering too far into self-righteousness or wickedness. It grounds us in humility, reminding us of our place before the Almighty, the Sovereign Creator. It is about recognizing that while we'll strive to live rightly, we must do it with a humble heart, aware of the imperfections and the complexities of life. In verse 19, it emphasizes the strength that wisdom provides. Solomon states, one wise person is stronger than 10 leading citizens of a town. This illustrates the immense value of wisdom. A single person endowed with true wisdom can have a more significant impact on the multiple influential leaders. Wisdom is not just about knowledge, it's about applying that knowledge in a way that brings about a positive change and stability. It provides for strength and resilience, enabling us to navigate the life's challenges effectively. In verse 20, Solomon makes a profound observation. Not a single person on earth always does good and never sins. This statement acknowledges the universal truth of human imperfection. No one is flawless. Everyone falls short in some way. This humbling truth should lead us to the grace and understanding in our interactions with others. It should also drive us to rely on God's wisdom and guidance rather than our own perceived righteousness. In verses 21 and 22, Solomon gives practical advice. Don't eavesdrop on others. You may hear our servant curse you, for you know how often you've cursed others. This touches on the importance of guarding our hearts and our minds. Eavesdropping and meddling on the affairs of others can lead to unnecessary hurt and conflict. When we listen to others, we might hear things that we will never meant for our ears, causing us pain and potentially leading to misunderstandings. Moreover, Solomon reminds us of our own imperfections. How often have we spoken poorly of others? The awareness should cultivate this humility and restraint in how we interact with and judge others. As we reflect on Solomon's words in Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verses 15 through 22, we find several key takeaways that emerge. The first one is life's paradoxes. Life is full of paradoxes that challenges our understanding of justice and fairness. Good people sometimes suffer while the wicked will prosper. Recognizing this can help us to manage our expectations and trust in God's greater plans. Number 2 is avoiding extremes. Balance is essential. Strive for goodness and wisdom, but avoid the extremes of self-righteousness and pretentious wisdom. Similarly, avoid wickedness and foolishness, which leads to destruction. Number 3 is fear of God. The fear of God is the foundation for balanced living. It grounds us in humility and guides us away from extremes. Number 4 is the value of wisdom. True wisdom provides strength and resilience. It's more impactful than the influence of multiple leaders. 5th is human imperfection. Acknowledge the universal truth of human imperfection. This should lead us to grace, understanding, and reliance on God's wisdom. And 6th is guarding our hearts. Avoid eavesdropping and meddling in others' affairs to prevent unnecessary hurt and conflict. How can we apply these lessons in our daily lives? We need to start embracing the paradoxes of life with humility. When we encounter situations that defy our senses of fairness, remember that God's ways are always higher than ours. Trust in His sovereignty, even when life seems unjust. Next, strive for balance. Aim to live righteously and wisely, but avoid the extremes that lead to pride and foolishness. Let the fear of God be our guiding principles, grounding you in humility and reverence. Next, value wisdom highly. Seek it diligently through prayer, study, and reflection. Recognizing that true wisdom, coupled with a humble heart, can have a significant impact on your life and the lives of those around you. Then we need to acknowledge our imperfections and extend grace to others. No one is perfect and everyone makes mistakes, including us. Approach others with understanding and kindness, recognizing that we all are in need of God's grace. And finally, guard your heart and mind. Avoid the temptation to eavesdrop or involve yourself in matters that just don't concern you. Focusing on what is uplifting and constructive, both for yourself and for those around you. As we continue through this trek of life, let's carry these insights with us. Embrace the complexities and paradoxes of life with a grounded heart and the fear of God. Seek wisdom, live balanced life, and extend grace to others. By doing so, we align ourselves with the timeless truths of Scripture and navigate the challenges of life with resilience and grace. Join me next time as we delve deeper into the wisdom of Ecclesiastes. Until then, keep seeking God's wisdom, embrace humility, and continue to make a positive impact on the world around you. And if you found this podcast insightful, please subscribe and leave us a review. Then encourage your friends and family to join us and come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, and most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and create a great day every day. See you next time for more daily wisdom.